Hello friends, and welcome back to History Chronicles. In our previous episodes, we explored the rapid German invasion of France and the subsequent establishment of the Vichy regime. The swift downfall of the French military left a power vacuum in Europe, and as the situation unfolded, another significant player would soon join the conflict: Italy. Today, we will discuss Italy's declaration of war on France, examining the motivations behind this decision, the strategic considerations at play, and the implications it had for the ongoing conflict. As we delve into this crucial moment in history, we will see how alliances and rivalries continued to shape the course of World War II. Italy's ambitions and motivations. At the outset of World War II, Italy, led by Benito Mussolini, sought to expand its territory and influence. Mussolini had grand aspirations of building a new Roman Empire, envisioning Italy as a dominant power in the Mediterranean. However, Italy's military performance in the early stages of the war was underwhelming, and Mussolini felt pressured to act decisively to prove his nation's strength. Italy's relationship with Nazi Germany played a significant role in its decision to enter the war against France. While Mussolini was wary of becoming a mere puppet of Hitler, he recognized that aligning with Germany could enhance Italy's standing in Europe. By declaring war on France, Mussolini aimed to claim a share of the spoils once Germany had completed its conquest. On June 10, 1940, as the German Blitzkrieg raged through France, Mussolini made his move. He announced Italy's entry into the war, stating that the nation could no longer remain neutral in the face of such monumental events. His declaration came just days after the fall of Paris, positioning Italy to take advantage of the chaos. The Italian military campaign. Italy's military campaign against France began with the invasion of the French Alps. Italian forces launched an offensive aimed at occupying French territories along the border. Mussolini expected a swift victory, believing that the French military was already on the brink of collapse due to the German advance. The Italian army, however, was poorly prepared for the conflict. Despite being larger in numbers, they lacked adequate training and equipment. The offensive in the Alps was met with stiff resistance from French forces, and the expected rapid victories turned into a series of stalemated engagements. Italian troops faced challenging terrain, adverse weather conditions, and logistical difficulties. The French defenders, although demoralized from the earlier German onslaught, managed to hold their ground against the Italian advance. The Italian military campaign in the Alps proved to be slow and costly, further showcasing the inadequacies of Mussolini's forces. The impact on the war. Italy's entry into the war complicated the already chaotic situation in Europe. With the Germans advancing rapidly through France, Mussolini's ambitions seemed at odds with the reality on the ground. The Italian declaration of war prompted France to divert some of its limited resources to defend against the new threat, stretching its military thin. Moreover, Mussolini's decision to attack France without substantial preparation led to a lack of coordination with the German military. The Germans were initially frustrated by the Italian performance as they sought to wrap up their campaign quickly. Hitler had hoped for a quick resolution to the war in France, and Italy's slow progress only delayed that goal. The Italian campaign also had repercussions beyond the battlefield. The public perception of Mussolini and his regime began to shift as reports of Italian military failures reached home. The Italian populace, already wary of the war's toll, became increasingly disillusioned with Mussolini's promises of glory and expansion. Consequences of the Italian campaign. As the campaign unfolded, it became evident that Mussolini had overestimated both his military's capabilities and the situation in France. Despite securing some territory in the French Alps, the Italian military faced heavy losses and suffered from low morale. The Italian forces' inability to achieve decisive victories led to further scrutiny of Mussolini's leadership. The prolonged conflict against France also contributed to the broader dynamics of the war. The failure of Italy to deliver quick results played into the hands of the Allies, who would later exploit the vulnerabilities of both Italy and Germany. As the war progressed, the Italian military would find itself embroiled in increasingly challenging campaigns, leading to devastating consequences for the Italian people. Conclusion. As we wrap up this chapter on Italy's declaration of war on France, we see how Mussolini's ambitions not only failed to materialize, but also contributed to the overall complexity of the conflict. The Italian campaign, characterized by underperformance and missed opportunities, showcased the growing challenges faced by Axis powers. In our next episode, we will discuss the fall of France in more detail, examining the events leading to the complete surrender and the consequences for both France and Europe. We will explore how the French military's struggles culminated in this significant moment in World War II. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to History Chronicles, and enable notifications to stay updated on our next video. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep exploring history with us.